everyone, good day and welcome to our lesson number 2, Resultant of Force Systems. Before we go to our computation, let's discuss first the definitions and the concept ng resultant. So we have here first the resultant. Ano nga ba yung meaning ng resultant? Sa madaling salita, si resultant kasi yung total or yung combined forces. O yung kung familiar ang lahat, yung tinatawag nating summation forces. So, yung concept kasi ng resultant, meron tayong dalawa. Meron tayo ng resultant, yung total forces is equals to 0. Ano bang ibig sabihin pag nag-equals to 0? Ibig sabihin, lahat ng forces is equilibrium or equal. Ibig sabihin, yung object is static or no movement. Meron din tayong R is equals or is not equal pala, sorry. R is not equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, hindi equal yung mga forces, therefore, nagkakaroon ng movement or yung sinasabi natin na dynamics. Ayan. Ngayon, meron tayong tatlong kinds ng resultant of force systems na i-discuss. So, we have i-review lang natin yung force system in terms of line of action. So, na-discuss natin nung previous discussion na meron tayong 3 types of force systems under ng line of action, which are number 1, yung concurrent. Ano ulit yung concurrent? Yung concurrent po ulit is yung nagmi-meet sa 1 point. Ngayon, next is the non-concurrent. Ibig sabihin, 2 or more point. Nagmi-meet sila sa 2 or more point. And lastly is the parallel. So, ito yung no intersection. So, na-discuss naman na natin yung mga example or kung saang problem natin nakikita yung 3 different force systems in terms of line of action. Ngayon, umpisahan natin sa resultant. So, meron tayo ditong Cartesian plane. Umpisahan natin sa resultant of concurrent force system. Meron ditong dalawang Cartesian plane. So, i-discuss natin deeper yung concept ng resultant of concurrent force system. So, for example, dito muna tayo sa figure 1. So, lagyan lang natin dito. Figure 1. So, focus muna tayo sa figure 1. Meron tayo ditong tatlong forces given. The force P, force Q, and force T. I-identify muna natin, ano nga ulit yung first step? I-identify muna natin yung mga components ng bawat forces. Let's start with the force P. So, ang horizontal component natin sa force P is to the right. So, alagay lang natin ng PX. And ang ating vertical component ng force P is upward. So, i-project lang natin dito yung mga components muna. Okay, next we have the force T. Sa force T, we have vertical component upward. So, dito, i-project natin. Ty. And then, ang ating horizontal component is Tx. And lastly, our first Q, ang ating vertical component is downward. And ating QY, horizontal component is to the right. Ayan. Ngayon, ano ba yung gagawin natin sa mga vertical and horizontal components? Ngayon, ipoproject natin ulit dito sa figure 2. Ilisin na natin yung mga forces na andito. So, dito sa figure 2, ipapakita natin kung paano nag-work yung resultant. So, ulit, ipoproject lang natin yung kabuuan ng vertical component at yung kabuuan ng horizontal component. So, start with our vertical components. So, meron tayong upward forces na PY. So, ilagay natin si PY. Next, meron ulit tayong vertical component ni TY, which is upward. So, idugtong lang natin siya dito. So, sabihin na natin, medyo, lumagpas lang ng konti. Ito si TY. Ngayon, meron kasi tayong downward na vertical component, which is yung QY. So, anong gagawin natin dyan? Since dito, sa unang dalawang forces or vertical component, pinagdugtong natin sila kasi parehas silang positive. So, pinag-add lang natin. Since meron tayong downward vertical component, ima-minus natin ngayon yung downward or yung vertical component ni QY. So, ipapakita lang natin dito na mula dun sa last point, so ito yung last point na kasi natin. So, mula sa last point natin, ibabawas natin yung downward vertical component ni QY. Therefore, ang ating resultant ng vertical or summation of vertical forces ay hanggang dito lang pala. So, represent natin as RY. So, ano yung naging or palitan na lang natin? Ito yung summation of forces vertical. So, ano yung naging working equation natin dito sa figure na to? So, si summation of forces vertical is equals to PY plus TY minus QY. So, since meron na tayong napakita na natin kung saan natin nakuha yung summation ng forces vertical according sa figure, isunod naman natin si summation of forces horizontal. Umpisahan natin kay PX. Si PX is acting to the right. So, meron tayo ditong PX. Ngayon, meron pa tayong isang force na papunta sa right or positive direction, which is the QX. And then, meron tayong nag-iisang force na nag-act to the left, which is, yun naman yung ima-minus natin mula doon sa last point nung force system. So, ito yung last point kasi natin na dinugtong doon sa horizontal forces. So, yung TX, ima-minus lang natin dito sa dalawang forces. So, sabihin na natin hanggang dito yung TX. For example lang, hindi siya naka-scale. Pero for example lang, ipakita lang natin yung concepts. Ngayon, since na-minus na natin, ang summation pala ni horizontal component ay hanggang dito lang. So, ito si summation of forces horizontal. So, ano yung naging working equation natin dyan? Based sa figure, naging px plus qx minus dy. So, huwag kayong malilito when it comes sa sign or sa direction. So, kailangan yung i-consider lagi if it's positive, acting positive, or acting negative. So, itong pinapakita ko na working formula dito ay nakabase lang sa figure natin or yung example natin. So, depends pa din kung ano yung mga given force and yung mga kanilang direction. So, since na-identify na natin ang ating summation forces vertical and summation forces horizontal, ma-identify na rin natin yung tinatawag nating resultant of all force system. So, i-graph lang natin dito ang ating resultant. So, paano ba natin mahahanap si resultant? Again, tulad ng diniscuss natin sa ating introduction, pagdating sa components, nakakompute natin si resultant doon sa ating components, di ba? Ipakita lang natin or alalahanin lang natin. Doon sa ating lesson 1, ang f is nasosolve by using the Pythagorean theorem, which is the fx squared plus fy squared. Which is yung f, yun yung nag-serve as the hypotenuse or the resultant nung component. So, ngayon, pagdating natin sa mismong resultant talaga or yung total, ang ating r pala is, since siya din yung nag-act as hypotenuse or yung the longer side, ayan, parehas lang din siya sa na-discuss nating formula. Ang kaibahan lang, etong sa lesson 2, yung forces horizontal and forces vertical ay nakatotal na siya. So, ilagay lang natin summation forces horizontal squared plus summation of forces vertical squared. So, same lang din pala yung atake ng mga formula natin. Huwag nyo lang kakalimutan yung mga terms natin. Kapag components lang yung hinahanap, ibig sabihin yung vertical and horizontal components only nung force na yon. Pero pag sinabi ng resultant, ibig sabihin yung kabuuan ng force, combined force na ng isang problem. So, since nahanap na natin or napakita na natin kung paano isosolve si resultant, ipakita naman natin or identify din natin ang pinaka-working formula when it comes to theta or yung direction. So, katulad lang din nung previous discussion, ang ating direction, diba, sa previous discussion, ang ating theta is arctan times the quantity of fy over fx. So, tulad nga ng sinabi ko, ang maaapektuhan lang when it comes to resultant, yun yung kabuuan. Ibig sabihin, yung theta natin is same lang din ng formula at arctan, but yung summation, magkakaroon lang ng pagkakaiba sa fy over fx, magiging summation of fy over summation of fx. So, tulad lang din ng components pala, same lang din yung formula natin, both resultant and yung theta. But, note lang, do not forget the direction or the sign, if it's positive or negative. So, huwag niyong kakalimutan lagi yung mga sign since magkakaroon din ng bearing yung pag-identify natin ng ating resultant and yung angle. So, I hope you understand yung mismong concept ng ating resultant of concurrent force system. To further understand yung mga concepts and formula natin, we have here our example number 1. So, i-adapt lang natin yung concurrent force natin sa component. So, balikan natin ulit yung way natin ng pag-compute. We have, again, the formula. So, i-copy na lang natin itong formula na to. Since yan yung, ito pala. Ito. Ayan. So, since wala pa tayong mga vertical and horizontal component, i-compute muna natin ulit para lang ma-refresh. So, we have, okay, ilagay muna pala natin yung mga direction. So, PX, we have here the PY. We have here to the left QX, upward QY. You also have downward vertical of TX, TY, and also the horizontal component of force T, which is TX. So, umpisa natin kay force P. Or, mas maganda, i-diretsyo na natin. So, we have here the summation of forces horizontal. Pero kung nalilito kayo sa diretsyo, wala rin namang problem sa akin kung iisa-isahin nyo muna yung components bawat forces. Basta wag nyong kakalimutan yung direction. So, first sa summation forces horizontal natin, so ilagay muna natin yung PX, which is positive. And we also have positive TX minus QX. So, I hope nasundan ninyo. Ano lang yun, pinakita lang natin yung pinaka-direction nila and yung mismong components ng horizontal bawat forces. So, i-substitute natin ngayon. So, si PX, ano ba yung kakalabasan ni PX? If you will remember, si PX is equals to P cosine theta X plus yung TX natin, which is T cosine theta X ulit, minus yung QX natin, which is Q cosine theta X. So, pinapakita ko lang muna dito step by step. Okay, so, para lang masundan natin since naka-record yung ating lesson. Next na gagawin natin is i-simplify pa ulit natin or i-substitute na natin yung mga given value. So, sa P cosine theta X, we have 722. Ano yung cosine theta X natin? Since naka-slope ang given natin, so, ano nga ba si cosine theta X? Diba? Si cosine theta X is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So, ano yung adjacent side nung theta X natin? It's the 2 over yung hypotenuse natin, which is the square root of 13. Sa T cosine theta X naman natin, ano ba yung value ni T? It's 400. And cosine theta X, since naka with respect to x-axis na yung theta natin, dito, yung 70 degrees, let's just substitute it. Cosine 70 degree minus yung Q cosine theta X. Ano ba yung value ni Q? It's 200. And then, naka with respect to x-axis din ang ating theta na given. So, isubstitute lang natin yung given theta. Ang ating summation forces horizontal is equals to 7. So, using your calculator, isolve natin kung ano yung lalabas na value. So, since nakadegree tayo lahat, huwag nyo rin kakalimutan na nakadegree ang inyong mga calculator. So, we have summation forces horizontal natin na 437.302 pounds. So, meron na tayong value ni summation of forces horizontal. Next, for our summation of forces vertical, we have positive Py. And then next is the Qy. Is it positive or negative? It's positive ulit since upward siya. Plus Qy. And then last is the vertical component of force T. Is it positive or negative? So it's negative since it's downward. So Ty. Ngayon, i-simplify lang natin yung or i-breakdown lang natin yung pinaka-formula ng bawat vertical component. So, summation forces vertical or V. Wala namang kaso if ano yung sanay nyo, if summation of forces vertical or summation forces Y, as long as you have the representation per component. Wag kayo malilito sa mga ginagamit ko. Next, ano yung going back, ano yung formula ni Py? It's P sin theta x. So, nasusundan nyo. Yung resultant, parang components lang. Yun nga lang, pinagsama-sama na natin lahat ng vertical component at saka si horizontal component. So, next, si Qy. Qy will be Q sin theta x minus, how about si Ty? It's T sin theta x. Ngayon, isubstitute lang ulit natin yung mga given since wala namang missing dyan. So, si P is 722. Again, we have the slope given sa force P. So, ano na ulit si sin theta x? Si sin theta x is opposite over hypotenuse. So, ano nga ba ulit yung opposite side ng theta x? The opposite side is the 3. So, 3 over square root of 13. Next, plus si Q is 200 sin 60 degrees minus sa T sin theta x naman, it's 400 sin 70 degrees. So, what is the value of our summation forces vertical? So, using your calculator, again, isolve lang natin yung value ng ating summation of forces vertical. We have 398.068 pounds. So, since na-identify na natin yung summation forces horizontal and vertical component, let us now solve yung ating resultant. So, since parehas na positive yung ating mga component, so, ilagay lang natin. Saan ba ang quadrant na may both positive? So, gawa lang tayo ulit ng separate Cartesian plane dito. Para lang mapakita natin kung saan nakalocate si resultant. Oops. Ayan. So, ito si y, x. So, saan ba nakalocate si horizontal component tsaka si vertical component? Since parehas silang positive, si horizontal component, iproproject natin yan to the right. Kasi nga positive yung value ng horizontal component natin. So, let's just say, ito yung summation of forces horizontal natin. How about yung summation of forces vertical? Since it's positive, it acts upward. So, dito yan. Ayusin lang natin. Therefore, we can assume na ang resultant natin ay nag-a-act siya upward to the right. So, sabihin natin na ito yung resultant natin. Ngayon, ano yung value ni resultant natin? So, given yung formula natin is equals to square root of summation of forces horizontal squared plus summation of forces vertical squared. So, substitute natin yung mga values. We have 437.302 pounds. Yeah, tama. Pounds squared plus 398.068 pounds squared. So, ang value natin sa resultant using again our calculator. So, I hope kahit na video recorded itong pinapanood ninyo, sinasabayan nyo din ang computation using your calculator para masanay kayo sa paggamit ng inyong cycle. So, ang resultant na value is 591.347 pounds, which is nag-act siya sa upward. Nag-act siya upward to the right. Therefore, tama yung ating assume since parehas nga silang positive. Last naman na isa-solve natin is yung angle or yung direction. So, given our formula na theta equals arctan times summation of forces vertical, para parehas yung representation ko, over summation of forces horizontal. So, substitute lang ulit yung mga values natin. So, si summation of forces vertical is 398.068 over yung summation of forces horizontal natin is 437.302. So, ang ating angle is arctan times 398.068 over 437.302. Ang kakalabasan is na angle is 42.311 degrees. Since ang kinalabasan na angle is positive, from what we discussed again sa ating introduction, ang positive na angle is counterclockwise. Therefore, ang ating theta pala is from x-axis, iikot tayo ng counterclockwise hanggang dun sa ating resultant, and andito yung 42.311 degrees. So, pahapyaw, if ever na ang ating theta is negative, ang ikot po ninyo is from x-axis to clockwise hanggang dun sa value ng resultant. So, I hope malinaw sa inyo ang pag-compute ng resultant. So, ganun lang kadali ang resultant of concurrent force system. So, alisin lang natin to para hindi magkaroon ng lituan sa solution. So, I hope naintindihan nyo kung paano natin ina-apply ang resultant of force system. Pero, take note, hindi lang po ganito ang cases natin when it comes to concurrent force system. Another example will be uploaded also kasunod nitong video na to. But still, engage ko kayo na gumamit ng book to solve other kind of problems ng resultant of concurrent, since malawak-lawak talaga ang statics, and ganun pa rin po, babalik at babalik tayo sa ating mga pinanggalingan na SOHCAHTOA. So, I hope you understand, and if ever you have questions, just leave your questions sa ating GC or through private message or sa GCR. And I will answer it para mas maintindihan ninyo and mas prepared kayo sa darating na quiz 1. So, thank you and have a good day.